Now is the time for a great reset, according to the globalists. The Great Reset is a globalist payday, and they incited it based on COVID-19. Now, the Great Reset came about because of the pandemic of COVID-19. There is an urgent need for global stakeholders to cooperate in simultaneously managing the direct consequences of the pandemic. Now, this all began during the Great Depression of 1920 and 21. The Council of Foreign Relations was created in the U.S. and the UN worldwide. And the Great Reset is simply an iteration of that idea. It was a proposal by the World Economic Forum to rebuild the economy sustainably following the COVID-19 pandemic, which is actually not a pandemic, but will actually reset the world. And this is all coming from the same plans that we've been saturated with for a decade, called Agenda 2030. Now, the Council on Foreign Relations is no different than the UN, is no different than the Bilderbergs, is no different than the elites. They control the world since 1500. And the Great Reset is simply an iteration of Agenda 2030 based on the pandemic that they incited and they are perpetuating now by lying to you directly in your face. And for some background, let's just begin with the Great Reset and what it's all about. Now, the irony here is that, quite simply, let's just move that into the space. The irony in what you just saw is that those landfills, that toxic waste, the destruction of the planet, has all been happening because of multinational corporations killing our biosphere. Now, I used to be a liberal Democrat, but I couldn't be further from that these days. I'm a realist. I'm a humanist, and I'm an independent. I don't believe in politics. It's a scam for the masses. But what's not a scam is the fact that multinational corporations now rule the world. Since the passing of Citizens United in 1989, the government systems in the U.S. have been corrupted, and they've been corrupted from day one. But the point is now that the powers that be, which are the billionaires and the trillionaire class, the elites, Bill Gates and his cronies, are now forcing vaccines to make you comply, to kill the God particle in your body, to crush your pituitary gland using RNA replicase vaccines. And no one knows what they even are. And so this is for the greater good. We've all seen this in the movies. And it's a dystopian world that you now live in. And irregardless of what happens, if Trump actually wins in the Supreme Court and Biden gets taken out of his current position as president-elect, well, the civil wars will begin. And where will you be? What an absolute joke. Now, here's the brass tacks. This video that we just showed you from the World Economic Forum is what they replaced from the original video. Now, the original video has been taken down from their website and almost every social media site, but we are going to entertain you tonight with the 1 minute and 33-second original video that was on the website that is so telling and chilling, it may make you vomit. I apologize in advance for showing you this, but it needs to be seen by everyone. Fuck that. I own shit. I'll shoot those drones down. Now, I want to draw your attention to the beginning of this video. You will own nothing and be happy. That is the lead-off sentence. And they removed it. The World Economic Forum removed it from the website. It was up for 3 years. This is disgusting. Moreover, whatever you want, you'll rent, and it will be delivered by drone. How insane is that? I think that many of these drones will be stolen, shot down, and destroyed. It's absolutely a fantasy world that they haven't really even thought through, have they? So who's the world superpower? Clearly they're leaning towards China here. Do you want China to control your every move? Well, they almost do. They own almost all of the internet and interwebs, and they've been spying on you for a decade. China is looking at you through your computer right now. If you don't know that, you're a sucker. Who are those handful of countries? China, Russia, Japan? Well, you've just had your ass handed to you, America. What will you do? Apparently, most of you are fat, diabetic, and you sit at home and just watch these YouTubes and mainstream media. So you'll do nothing as they come and take everything from you. But many of you don't care. In fact, 50% of the population wants to be masked and take the vaccine. And those people, in my opinion, well, they're not my neighbors. They are compliant idiots. They're slaves. They are trolls. They're disgusting. And they need to be reprogrammed into the reality that is Earth, life, and humanity. The world has been deprogrammed since 1920, every generation, teaching the new generation the lies that the old generation perpetrated upon them. This has been a plan for 100 years, and it's now being deployed. Will you comply? I hope not. We aren't. We're exposing the lies and the fact that you are a free human. When you were born on this planet, you are able to do anything you want. Do not wear the mask. Do not comply. And we love you. Side note, if you don't eat their poisonous food that comes from the supermarket in the inner aisle, even the outer aisle that's not organic, if you don't grow your own food or know where it comes from, you will need these organ transplants. You will need the hospitals. I haven't seen a doctor in 11 years, and I will never set foot in a hospital. Now, this is how fraudulent this video is. There is no way to live on Mars. There is no way to live on the moon. People who will go up there in 1 year will die of cosmic radiation. Mars is even worse. This is a complete fairy tale they're selling you. It's total bullshit. If you believe it, you're as dumb as the media puppets that regurgitate it. Now, here's the funny thing. Checks and balances that underpin our democracy are being censored as I speak. There are dozens of lawsuits across the country in the U.S. elections, which are now going all the way up to the Supreme Court. There are hundreds of thousands of testimonies from people showing fraudulent occurrences in this election. Joe Biden did not win. The Council on Foreign Relations won the election for Joe Biden. And what will occur in the next 4 to 8 weeks will be the beginning of the next civil war. Do you have preparations for what's coming? I doubt it. Now, if you want more information from the scams, I'll leave you links to the podcast from the World Economic Forum, and that is a boom. But tonight, we're going to leave you with some facts on what's actually happening with the fraudulent U.S. election. Whether you believe it or not, the mainstream media has not provided you with a fair and balanced reality of what's actually has occurred in the last month. And we're going to leave you with about 5 minutes of amazing, well, you just listen and decide for yourself.
From where we go live to a key member of the president's legal team, Jenna Ellis. Thank you for joining us. What's the latest with the Trump campaign? And thank you so much. And the Trump campaign, and in particular in Pennsylvania, where more than 20 Pennsylvania state representatives recently backed calls to spew.
We hate it when things like this occur, and it's just a bad day in America. Oh my goodness. So, like any other situation where we have bandwidth issues, deal with it, and hopefully we can get this information to you shortly. And it will parse up appropriately, hopefully.
From where we go live to a key member of the president's legal team, Jenna Ellis. Thank you for joining us. What's the latest with the Trump campaign? And thank you so much. And the Trump campaign, and in particular in Pennsylvania.
No, it's not going to work. So I'm going to leave you links to this, and you can watch it below on your own time. If you care about fair...
Where more than 20 Pennsylvania state representatives recently backed.
If you care about fair elections, and the truth, you will watch this video. You will give it a thumbs up, and Godspeed. Be safe. We love you. And that's a boom. Well, to knowledge. Do your own homework. Don't believe what I say. That's why for the last 4 years, I've left 4.3 million links below 4,700 videos. Is that mind-blowing? Yeah, it should be.